Welcome, babes. Today I'm going to show you a quick and easy hack to never have short hair again. Here is a mesh I got from Joannes fabric. I'm just doubling the mesh. You can single your weft, but I doubled mine because I don't want to take the chance of my mesh ripping. You're going to extend the mesh to the length you want your hair. Now pay attention to the width. It needs to be ear to ear. You just want it flowing down. You don't want it all the way up top. Actually, the lower it is, the better. The higher you take it, it can buckle on you. Do you see that buckle when I turned around? Now let's put that mesh on the dome head because we already have that ear to ear width. We're going to get into the length now. Babes, you can do this with short hair, long hair. The hair that I did this with was 40 inches. I had a couple of 40 inches laying around the house and I was just like, I wonder what I can make out of this. So I decided I wanted my hair longer, and here we have it. So here I am about to measure the hair, and this is how I measure it. I like my hair around 5 feet because that's how tall I am. So I measure it from the end of my mesh because this is where I'll start to sew my hair. Babes, again, you can do this with any length hair. You can do this with 20 inches. I literally did this with a bunch of 20 inches and the result was still the same. Long, flawless unit. Watch carefully, babes, as I structure this extendo unit. I have to keep track of the measurement because the hair will get longer than expected. And I'm sure you can glue this on. You can either sew it by hand, but I choose to sew mine on the sewing machine. Here I am preparing my sewing machine. I'm doing my bobbin so I can have extra thread. There's nothing like you're in the flow of doing some work and you need to stop because you're ill prepared. So it's pretty easy and self-explanatory from here on out. I'm just sewing the weft onto the mesh on both sides. The side that will be facing upwards, I do give it more weft than the side that will be facing my backside. The side that will be facing my back, I just put enough weft just to cover the mesh. You don't want to put a lot of hair on the mesh. It tends to look bulky. All I'm doing here is sewing the mesh on the front, then I go to the back, fill it in. Sew on the front, then go to the back and fill it in. If you see me getting up, that's because I'm checking the length. You might have checked the length in the beginning, but by sewing the hair and it actually being on the weft, it can stretch out a bit. So in saying all of that, you get a better accuracy of the length when it's actually sewn on. Here I am. I'm just sewing the Extendo piece in my pre-made unit. This unit is a 6x6 unit. It's a body wave unit just like the Extendo piece. They are the same texture, but sometimes I don't want body wave anymore or curls, and I decide to straighten it. So here I'm taking out the curl pattern. I do start from the bottom going to the top when I'm taking the curl pattern out. Babes, this usually takes a while because it's so much hair, and you want to make sure all the strands are straightened. This is me just straightening away. Here goes the full view of the length of the hair. To the right, it's another Extendo unit that I'm working on for another client. This 6x6 unit makes it easy for me to take off and put on. So that is why I put it in a 6x6 unit. I usually put it in a frontal at times as well. With the frontal, I have to wear it for like a day or two, but with this, I can just take it right on off. Here is the image of the back side. All I did was just fill it in, nothing serious. This is the front side. This is a couple of hours later. This is another unit, and I'm just curling it up. Here you'll see the results for this one. It is not as long as the straight one, but this one is really nice as well. It sways just below the floor. Here I'm using my wand curler, just curling it up. Babes, you can do this, okay? It's not hard. You do not have to have short hair anymore if you choose not to. Like I said, you can do this with any length hair. Babes, if you like this hack, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Mwah.